Hi, I'm Elizabeth with Oliver Smith Jeweler, and today I'm talking about the Cartier Tank. What is so fascinating about this watch is that the design is over 100 years old, yet it remains one of the most stylish and sought-after watches in the market today. I'm going to tell you the history, we're going to talk about the design, and you're going to get a good understanding of why this watch is so popular. To understand the history of the Tank, we have to go all the way back to the early 1900s. Louis Cartier had just invented the first ever wristwatch, which was the Santos. And the period in Paris was embracing modern style, which eventually became known as Art Deco today. Modern style was known for very clean lines and embracing the Industrial Revolution that was happening around the world. Fast forward to 1917, and in the heart of World War I, Louis Cartier hears about the Tank that is going to transform the war. Inspired by the Tank's design, he invented his second wristwatch, now known as the Cartier Tank. Imagine you're looking up at the top of the Tank at it down below. You've got the main body of it in the middle, and then the legs stretching out on the sides. That's exactly what we see in this Tank design. Now remember, at the time in 1917, wristwatches were not in style. Women, if they were wearing watches, it was a very ornate piece of jewelry, maybe a pin, and men only started wearing wristwatches because of the war. It was not practical to pull out your pocket watch when you were on the front lines to check the time when you're currently in battle. Now let's look closer at the watch itself. There are some design elements that started in the Tank that we see across Cartier watches in their collections for years and years. On the dial here, we have the Roman numerals as your hour and minute markers, very classic Cartier today. And then on the inside, the railroad track design. That to me screams that Art Deco and that modern style I talked about earlier in the video. Blue sword hands, very much Cartier, and then we have the blue sapphire on the crown. What I do want to point out is at the 10 o'clock, a lot of people miss this with Cartier. If you get up really close, you can actually see that Cartier is written in the Roman numeral 10 there, just a really unique detail. You might even have to put your glasses on to see that in person, but I like to point it out. It's something cool Cartier does. Now, over the years, we've seen at least, I would say, 8 different versions of the Tank. And they're not always the same ones in production, but they were usually launched to celebrate something specific. So today we're looking at the classic Tank, or the Tank Must today, the Tank Francais and the Tank Americana. The Francais and the Americana were both released when Cartier opened boutiques in France and in the US. The Cartier Tank can come on a leather strap, a metal bracelet. We see it in many different metal types: steel, white gold, yellow gold, etc. There probably have been hundreds of combinations of the Cartier Tank over the years. So it's really fun to see what you can find and what Cartier releases every year. Now, in its over 100-year history, we have seen a very varying group of celebrities wearing the Cartier Tank, from Andy Warhol, Princess Diana, Muhammad Ali, people who do not have a lot in common except for that they have a very distinct style. I think the Cartier Tank is stylish because it's not trying to be. Its clean, simple design has carried for generations, and it's something that you know is going to only add to your own personal style, not take away from it. I hope that gave you a better understanding of the Cartier Tank. If you have your own Tank, we'd love to hear about it. Definitely leave that in the comments below and let us know if you have any questions. Make sure to subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.